I like to think that we have a good relationship with the majority of customers.
I think they're sleazy pervs.
Twats.
Obviously you approach people differently, certain people speak to you different ways, and it's just coming to their level, so to speak.
They're overly aggressive.
They should have people skills.
If anybody tells me a bounce with people skills, I will give them 50 quid.
You've got to be a people person, you've got to be able to speak to people, approach people.
Wankers.
A bit arrogant.
Yeah, very arrogant.
You need to be polite to people. I think you need to be observant.
I think a lot of bouncers are bullies.
They're not good people.
Dickhead.
You have to be assertive when you tell somebody what to do.
I think bouncers completely abuse their power, and the amount of people who get turned away from a club for no reason is a lot higher than I think it should be.
Most of them are absolute ear-holes.
Friendly, not too much of an arsehole.
Bouncers are really mean sometimes.
Years ago, people wouldn't get so mouthy with door staff because they knew they were liable to get a clout, whereas today you can't do that and it doesn't happen. So people can give you far more grief and they can say what they want, and people will goad you twice as much as they would have done 10 years ago.
People fight in packs now, whereas maybe 20 years ago you had a fight with someone and threw them out. That would be it. When now if you grabbing someone, you throw him out, his three mates would jump on your back.
At first, I think people are nervous around doormen. Certainly, they probably feel that we're there to be party poopers, stop them getting in when they are drunk. We're not there for that. Yeah, as I say, we're there to uphold the law, if you like, along the lines of if you're drunk, you can't come in. It's illegal for us to let you into the premises. We're there to, as I say, let people have a good night.
Monday to Friday, I work as a manager for Scotch and Southern Energy, which is 45-hour a week. And Thursday, Friday and Saturday evenings, I work on the door at Yates. So probably 16 and a half hours, 17 hours on the door, and 45 hours during the week, which works out just over 60 hours a week.
If you're giving a doorman grief, that guy might have been at work 9 to 5 all day this week, and he's coming out tonight to do his second job, and he doesn't need you in his ear telling him that you've shagged his daughter, you've shagged his missus. He just doesn't need that.
Dressed in black man, pull out the gap man, ready to jack man, on the attack man, shot and grab.
We hate the bouncers!
One thing I've noticed is students.
We must have the biggest population of law students in Southampton ever.
One time, say 10, 15 years ago, you'd have shouted at a student, they'd have put their hands up and backed off and said, "Oh, sorry."
Whenever you say to somebody, you got to leave, and you put your hand on them and say, "Come on, out you go," the first reply you get is, "Get your hands off me, I'm a solicitor or I'm a law student, I know the law, I know my rights." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure you do, okay, but you still need to leave."
And the guy behind is a scrote and he'll turn around and smack you even though he's at university.
If we're involved in a situation and it gets to the point of punches being thrown, I personally feel that as door staff, we've done something wrong to not be able to control it before that point. Certainly from when I was younger, the generation of people has changed. When I was younger, I used to go into clubs. It wasn't about getting as many drinks down you. I think nowadays, the challenge that we face as door staff is that people will pre-drink before coming out. And it is about getting drunk.
Pre-drinks are pretty important, just because when you're a student...
they are necessary.
No,
they are completely
yeah.
necessary. I agree. You can't go out without pre-drinking.
When I turned 18, I used to go out, blow 30 quid a night. Or more. These days, if you do that, you'll be screwed within a month, literally. Your loan won't cover it. So, pre-drinks, we get a bottle of Select Asda vodka. It's about £8 something. £8.72. Share it between you. You can get smashed. You can go out. You can have a great night. It is a lot of fun. It's half of your night out is the fun of pre-drinking. So.
If they don't like the look of you, then they won't let you in. You could be the most decent person. If they just don't like the look, and they just have this thing about you, then they won't let you in.
You sometimes get instructions to not let this person in, and that person just sees you turning them away, when in actual fact it's not necessarily your decision all the time. You know, it's something that they take as a personal thing between you and them, and little do they know that you've got the manager in your ear and an earpiece saying don't let him in.
We do have an image that, yes, we have to uphold, but it doesn't have to be a bad image, and it shouldn't be a bad image.
Every doorman must have people think he's an idiot, because at some point he must have grabbed hold of someone and thrown them out for being an idiot. So every doorman must have people that thinks he's horrible, and I'm sure every doorman out there must have people that think he's a reasonable guy, because there's obviously two sides to everybody.
If you get hurt and you find yourself sat in casualty at 4 a.m, and there are times when, you know, I've been bottled and straight there, and you're sat in casualty, you're sat there waiting to be patched up, stitches, and you sit there at 4 a.m. and you think to yourself, is it worth it?
They're all right. Like they do a good job in Southampton. So yeah,
that's what I think. They're just doing their job and making sure that everyone's safe and has a good time. So fair play to them.
I hope that, you know, people's experience of doormen are quite good now. I'd like to think that people think I'm an all right guy, but I know for a fact there's people out there that, well, I wouldn't like to bump into them anyway, because they don't think I'm very nice.